Sichuan is absolutely buzzing with attractions, like the stunning Mount Amei and the adorable Chengdu Panda Sanctuary, luring in folks from every corner of the globe. These spots really show off Sichuan's natural beauty and amazing biodiversity. And speaking of Sichuan, the food here is legendary. The flavors are out of this world, especially the super famous Sichuan tree hot pot. This dish totally embodies the culinary heritage of the province, and it's definitely a must-try for anyone visiting. Now, touring Sichuan isn't just about the food. You've also got to check out cultural sites like the Les Han Giant Buddha and some fascinating temples. These spots showcase the region's rich history and spiritual heritage, making your travel experience even more enriching. When you hop on the cable car, it's like getting a sneak peek into nature's beauty. The views are absolutely breathtaking as you ascend, and it's a key part of the whole experience of reaching the top. And guess what? Along the way, you can find unique local bites like medicinal boiled eggs. It's a tasty treat that really shows off the region's culinary traditions, giving you a real taste of the local culture. At the peak, you'll come across the majestic statue of Samantabhadra Bodhisattva, which is a significant cultural landmark. Standing tall, it symbolizes the deep spiritual heritage that this area holds. As you explore, you'll notice various Buddhist statues around, each representing different beliefs within Buddhism. Each worship area is dedicated to unique Buddhas, showcasing the diversity of practices in the region. Weather can be a real game changer on your journey. You might find yourself enjoying a mix of rain and sunshine, giving a unique twist to your experience and reminding you how unpredictable nature can be. And let's not forget about tasting local fruits. Travelers often express pure delight when they stumble upon these unique sweet treats during their adventures, adding to the cultural richness of the area. Now, diving into history a bit, we meet Venerable Haithong, the monk who had this incredible vision for a statue to safeguard local fishermen and travelers from the treacherous waters nearby. His inspiration led to a remarkable creation. Speaking of remarkable, the statue, known as Maitreya Buddha, stands at an impressive 71 meters tall, with its hands resting peacefully on its knees. It's pretty mind-blowing that this grand statue took nearly a century to complete. In 1996, this magnificent statue was designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which really highlights its cultural significance. It's a huge draw for tourists, so if you plan to visit, just be ready for some unpredictable weather. As you wander around, you can soak in the vibrant cultural elements, from traditional music echoing in the background to the stunning architecture that brings you back in time. This rich heritage definitely attracts both tourists and locals. At the market, it's a food lover's paradise. You'll find a ton of delicious local dishes, especially those made with mushrooms and duck, just calling out to be tried. The lively atmosphere makes it all the more engaging. While you're there, don't miss out on local artisans showing off their skills in crafting beautiful silver products. These handcrafted pieces are steeped in historical significance and highlight the melding of traditional and modern practices. Speaking of history, silver items had a fascinating past too. Queens once used them for poison testing, which beautifully illustrates the blend of old traditions with modern luxury. Now, let's take a stroll through Chengdu's walking streets, where the atmosphere is always buzzing with shoppers and vibrant ads. It really paints a picture of the city's modern consumer culture. And oh boy, those massive LED screens in commercial areas? They totally revolutionize advertising. It's no wonder they pull in huge crowds and shake up shopping habits in the city. Don't forget to visit Wu Hao Temple, which honors Liu Bei, a notable figure in Chinese history. This temple beautifully showcases the deep-rooted traditions and beliefs of the local culture that have stood the test of time. When you plan a visit to the temple, just remember there are ticket purchases and specific customs to follow. It's a testament to how organized the approach to cultural heritage conservation is here. Now, the history behind the temple's construction and how it was rebuilt after destruction adds so much depth to the worship experience. It gives a real insight into the turbulent past of the region. Let's dive into ancient China for a second. Cao Cao was a master strategist, known for his tactical brilliance during the famous battles of the Three Kingdoms period. His influence was massive. And then there's Liu Bei, who is all about leadership, promoting loyalty and unity among his crew. He laid down a solid foundation for the Shu Han state during pretty tumultuous times. These historical figures have such cultural significance, popping up in folklore and arts, showing how they've left their mark on Chinese history and even how they're revered in modern interpretations. As we move on, the tomb of Han Trungde comes into view, and it's notably large, resembling a hill. Many visitors stop by to pay their respects, often bringing flowers, but its exact location is kept under wraps for protection. And don't forget Zhuge Liang's tomb, which has its own story. He cleverly arranged his burial to keep grave robbers at bay, even leaving specific instructions in his will about the site. Now, let's transition to Chengdu again, where you can catch a glimpse of adorable pandas in conservation areas. It's fascinating how the local culture and wildlife conservation efforts blend together so nicely. Pandas are just the cutest. Watching them climb trees and stretch is such a joy. Visitors really enjoy soaking up the playful interactions between the pandas. For the best experience, it's a good idea to catch those fluffy friends during cooler hours, especially in the morning or on cooler days, to see them more active and having fun. Also, the Conservation Center has this neat rental setup for pandas, letting other countries showcase them temporarily. It's a prime example of China's unique panda diplomacy. Switching gears, the video highlights the preparation of a traditional noodle soup, which is super popular among locals and tourists alike. This dish is a true representation of the region's rich culinary heritage. When in Chongqing, the warm weather really invites people to dine al fresco, creating this vibrant street atmosphere. It's all about that communal dining vibe that brings everyone together. And let's talk about unique dishes like stinky tofu and marinated radish strips. They definitely showcase the adventurous side of Chongqing's cuisine, reflecting the local culture's bold flavors and creativity. You can see how the integration of train systems into urban design has transformed the area, improving connectivity and accessibility for folks living nearby. It really promotes efficient transportation options. Given Chongqing's hilly landscape, the architecture there is pretty unique, with buildings designed to fit the terrain. It results in some really creative solutions that add appeal to the area. The Great Hall of the People in Chongqing is another standout, serving as a key cultural and administrative center. Its breathtaking architecture beautifully reflects the influences from China's imperial past. Lastly, don't miss the Floating Yacht House in Singapore. It's a stunning landmark known for its beautiful architecture and mesmerizing night views, definitely a must-see for tourists. And let's not forget about Hong Nai Cave, which offers a breathtaking experience, especially under the night sky. The area transforms into a magical setting, showcasing unique architecture and the natural beauty of the landscape. Visiting during the evening is super important because many places, including Nadu Lake, come alive with dazzling lights and vibrant atmospheres after dark, making for an unforgettable experience.